I just want to say how much I appreciate Andrew and Shelton in the audio-visual department. They're incredibly friendly and funny and knowledgeable about music, and they have really contributed a lot to my enjoyment of blues and rhythm and blues.
It's like it has computers because at our other place, I think we didn't have libraries. And because I like the books too. Because they help you learn.
They can teach you new things just by reading books.
In this library, I also enjoy being a volunteer. I shelve books once a week for a little while, and that's, something giving back a little bit. My earliest memories of school, that people told us that all human knowledge is in books. Everything that's ever been known is in a book somewhere. So I've always had a love of libraries because that's where the books are. And this library is very special because we live close by, and tremendous service. Otherwise, I would have to buy the book, and I don't collect books. I like to read them.
I love to come to the library because for me it's such a source of education, entertainment, enlightenment. I get music, I get magazines, I get newspapers, I get books to read, fiction and nonfiction. It brings me into the world, and I absolutely love it.
I'm an officer in the Friends of the Library, and you just can't help but get involved in the library when you start coming a lot. So in the community, this is where everybody meets. It's not just a post office, but everybody seems to meet up here. It's a really pivotal place to come and be with people, and the books and the learning, and it's one of the best things we have in our county. I love this library because what it does for me is it takes me back to my childhood. I went to a library back when I was a little kid, and the wood and so many books, and it's so different than a bookstore because the people know you. You can walk in and you can see wonderful new things that you can read or take out on DVD or books on tape, all of those things. I think that raising my child here, she's 14 now, and we come at least once a week, if not twice, has been an experience that will live with her for her whole life.
I use the library website every week to look up things that I'm interested in and to place holds on books I want to read. I love our little library, and I cannot imagine our life without it.
I like the library because of all the books.
I like the library because of all the stuffed animals.
I love checking out the books and movies of rocks and fossils. Our library is one of my favorite places to go.
Why do I love the library? I didn't use it much as a child myself, but when I had one, I was a single mom, and I found that bringing her to the library helped her realize more about herself and more about the world. She helped me develop a passion for the library. She herself went on to realize a lot of dreams. She attended UCSB. She got to spend a year in Australia studying, and I learned to love this place through her.
We love the library, don't we, Ruby?
Yep, we do.
We come here a lot.
Yeah, we do come here a lot.
What do you like to do when we come?
Well, I like to get books.
What kind of books do you like? We read them all, don't we?
Yeah, we read them all.
What is a stinger? The strange yet beautiful creature you see here is a jellyfish. Jellyfish are not fish, although they do spend their entire lives in water.
Yeah, they do that. But those stuff are tentacles that help them swim.
I walk in the door and I just feel good. It's like home away from home almost.
Yeah.
And the librarians are terrific. Everybody's friendly.
Well, I come to the library at least twice a week. I read a tremendous number of books. Mostly I'm a skimmer rather than a delver. And it's just something to do. I love to read. I've read since I was very small. In fact, I was raised in the Depression years, and The library was about the only place that didn't cost any money where you could find some entertainment. So we used to get about 6 books a week, carry them home and read them, and then exchange for 6 more. And the personnel are all very nice and accommodating. And anything you want, they'll find it for you or get it for you.
I started doing the story time here when Brooklyn was about 1, I think. And since then we've come every week and we love looking at all the books. Lots of training books as we're going through each stage of childhood. That's been very helpful to be able to reference that. You want to tell what you love about the library?
I like the books because they're really fun to look at.
The books are fun to look at, that's true. What do you like about the library?
I like the library about all the books that I looked at.
So we have a library section at home just for all the books, and it's just such a great, great thing to have in our community.
So much is available in the library. You can do a lot of research in the library. Better, I'm saying this as opposed to bookstores. You have a lot more available to you. Things are not just the popular things being written. I love it that my grandchildren can come here to the library and they look at so many books. We've read so many books and thoroughly enjoy it.
The reason why we like coming to the library, especially the summertime, it gives us a kind of a nice activity, and we can come and pick out all the books that we like, and the librarians are the best because they help us pick out the books. If the kids have an idea of something, they always are suggestive and know their way around, obviously, and can point things out that are helpful. Why do you like the library?
I like the library because they have all the books I like, and at school the library doesn't have really the books I want.
What I like about my library today is a feeling of connectedness with the community and with information. When I come in here, I see a lot of people that I know, which is really a great feeling to see that my friends are using the library. I see all ages in here, all kinds of interests in here. People looking for anything from computer games to research. I think that's wonderful. A lot of people use the internet services. So there's a real connectedness with whatever you want to access. Recently I've been into the cookbook section. And I'm really impressed because all the books that we seem to be are really up to date, new cookbooks, which is really nice. And they're very specialized too. You can go into Mexican cooking, Italian cooking, vegetarian cooking, whatever specialty you want, it's there.
I'm Evelyn Nunley, and I'm visually impaired. And not that everyone has to be visually impaired to use the talking books, but I use the talking books. And I really enjoy them because I like mysteries. And there's lots of them up there on the 2nd floor. The kind of mysteries I like are from the serious ones to the almost amusing ones. And like one of the authors even gives you recipes that go with some of her. She is a caterer. I would like to say that the people up there that work here are very kind, very patient, and I really enjoy being around them.
I like our library because we can learn about new things, and it's fun reading. I learned about iguanas, cars, drawing, and that's all.
And then what did you learn about Mariah?
I learned about parakeets and how to take care of them. And I also learned about wild animals like cheetahs.
This year, when you won the drawing on the yearbook for the school, look in the camera and tell them where you got.
Cookie's library. I checked out a few books and a drawing book.
And that was where, in what town?
Creston.
My own personal experience is that my children have really excelled in school. Matter of fact, they were, what would you call it? high achiever students this year? What did they call that, Mariah?
Advanced students.
Advanced students. Okay. I suggest a person take a trip to the library and just find out what a wonderful world it is. You can go into the library and within minutes you can be on the other side of the globe. Just pick up a book and visit your local library.
A few of the things I value most about the Atascadero Library are, number one, the staff. I know them each by name, and most of them know me and my children when we come in, and it's just a warm, friendly place when we come in. Everybody is extremely helpful. I homeschool, so it's been especially important for us to be able to borrow books from the library rather than having to buy all the books we possibly could that are mentioned on all our lists. So that's been a tremendous help. And also, as my girls have become more independent readers, I've also been able to venture over into the adult section and find a little novel or a poetry item from time to time. So I'm looking forward to visiting that even more.
Do you remember where you were in school when you started coming here to work?
Junior high.
Yeah, when Matthew was in junior high, he started coming here not to check out books so much, but to work as a volunteer.
It was in the morning.
Your teachers used to bring you over here, right?
In the morning.
He had already worked in the school library at the junior high, and then the library here said they would be happy to have him come and work. And he has worked continually since then, so we're at about 15 years. What are some of your jobs?
Put books away.
Okay, so you put books away that people return, right? And then you check to make sure that everything is in the right place. And which section of the library do you work in?
Children's.
In the children's.
And adults.
And adults, yes. What is it about the library? Are there people here?
I help them.
You help people? Sometimes people see you working and they ask you questions.
Which book is that, and show them.
Mm-hmm. And you can help with that. One of the things I wanted to say is that how grateful my family is to the library system, and particularly to Atascadero Library, for the support that they have given Matthew. He showed very early on that he has some real skills with number and letter recognition. I'm just so happy for Matthew that he's found a place here where staff are so kind to him and so helpful to him, and that he can give back to the community in this way.
The latest thing that I didn't know our library had was the extensive computer programs that are available, especially for kids.
I usually like to read a lot. It's pretty fun. I usually like the Star Wars books in the research section, and they're pretty cool how they show you how the vehicles and the droids work. And I do have a couple of favorite librarians too.
We love the librarians. The children's librarians are amazingly helpful. The guys up in the media room, they're fantastic. Actually, a couple of them are really into film and will often see what I'm checking out and then recommend things that might be of a similar humor or a similar kind of genre. So we feel like this is our second living room sometimes. We basically couldn't live without you.
We love Santa Margarita Library.